How's everybody doing today? So today is Sunday, March 22nd, I believe. Yes, 22nd, Sunday. And it's EPP Day. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day today. And so we are going to work on some stuff. But first, I need to close that door because the guys just turned on the TV. So it makes it a little bit noisy. But first, let me know if you guys can hear it. I wonder why this has. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so let me know in the chat if you guys can hear the TV in the room, in the living room, because if so, I'll close my sewing room door. Before we get going, while I'm waiting for everybody's response on that, let me try and see here. We got Miss Lissa and Michelle, Vintage Style by Joe, Auntie Andy. Okay, you can hear it. Okay, let me close the door. Okay, there we go. Thanks, Michelle. Let's see. Auntie Andy, Andrea says, howdy, everyone. Gonna grab some coffee. Be right back. Yes, gotta have that coffee to keep those juices flowing. And Michelle says, Joe, you need to give Jesse some Easter eggs. He will hide them so you can have an egg hunt. Yeah, your little critters town did that this morning. I can only hear it if my volume is all the way up, Melissa says. No worries at all. I went ahead and closed the door so that way there shouldn't be any more of hearing of it. Speaking of coffee, let's wet the whistle. Nothing better than the early morning cup of Joe. And hello, Miss Lily. How are you doing? I hope you are having a wonderful day today, sweetheart. What is the weather like up there in New York where you're at? Everybody, tell me what the weather is like where you are at. Here in Michigan, hey, Katie Krause. Here in Michigan, it is a nice 48 degrees. I've already been outside. No jacket, just short sleeve shirts and my leggings. And it feels so good outside. I'm like, fresh air. And today is going to be a busy, 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 busy day. So today we are going to be doing this. And then after this, I got to run by the store, go to Mama's for a little bit, and then come back and go help Grandma. Busy, busy day. And yeah. Michelle says 65 and sunny right now. Ooh, perfect temperature. That is the perfect temperature. 65 to 70 to me is the perfect temperature because it's like not too chilly and not too hot. So we're going to move down to the desk here. As you guys can see, I have my new needle minder out with me. I'm like, how could I not use my needle minder on my EPP Slow Stitching Sundays? And before we get busy down here, let me show you guys. Look at this. So I have over half of it done. I have not worked on it very much over the past 2 weeks because it's been a busy life right now because I was working on getting other things completed. But it's okay. Because that's why it's called slow stitching Sundays, because you just take your time. And in the chat, if you would like, well, put it in the chat if you would like to see how I thread based my headsies. Right now, I am just joining another headsy onto here. And this here is a Tula Pink line. And I absolutely love this. I bought it with the purple and then as well as with the pink. And I don't know what I'm going to use the pink for yet. Vintage Go says it's 65 by her as well. How is little Mr. Jesse doing? And little Miss Gemma? How's our little new outdoor bunny baby doing? Tell little Jesse I love him. Hey, Andrea. Did you get your coffee, love? And if you guys would like me to bring you down closer to the table, just let me know. I was hoping to have this done up of all the rest of the way around before today, so that way there we could try and have fun with adding on the next bloom. However, that didn't happen, so I'm like, it's okay. I have no deadline for this. This is just a fun sew and hangout session. Hi, Miss Pat. How you doing? Good morning, beautiful. Katie says 41 headed to 66. The coolest day of the week. We will be in the 80s after today. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know what we're supposed to be at over the next several days. I haven't looked that far ahead. And is the pollen messing with anybody else, or is it just me? Because the pollen has my sinuses all up in a flare. Just got back from the kitchen with my coffee. Awesome sauce, girly. Hey, hey, Heather's in the house. Everybody hide. So as you see, I am doing up my pieces here. And where it's like a different color circle on each one. And that's going to help pull all of the different colors all together that are in each of my pieces. So since I went with a purple on this one here, I think I'll do a green next. And then we'll move over to the pink area. And then over to the blue. Let's see, John says that whenever you put the needle down on here, it's supposed to make it look like the hands on the clock. You know, I can't seem to get my needle to go right in the dead center. So since my needle thread is down here, I'm just going to go underneath the fabric and travel up to this corner. That way there my thread is buried. And then come up here and start doing my stitching. Let's see. I love your work there. It is beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm not being very particular on what goes where, as long as each bloom is very cohesive with itself. And then I don't care what else I'm putting on here. I am being super scrappy on this. So far, it's the only project I have actually successfully been able to be scrappy. And then I got these outer pieces that I'm putting in between each one of these extremely large blooms, or what I like to call my little garden of blooms. Let's see, Sunday morning chores. Ew, not the C word. You know, it should be illegal to adult on Sunday. Sunday should be for fun and rest. And that's it. But instead, I think I do more work on Sundays usually because I'm prepping for the following week. Hi, Miss Jean. How are you doing today? And I got that baby quilt completely quilted up and bound yesterday, as well as binding my son's quilt. If you have not watched yesterday's replay, then please feel free to do so, as I show you my technique of how I bind quilts. And it is where you can stitch the front and the back binding on at the same time. I have been doing that method for years now, for the last several years, and never, ever, ever have I had a problem of it coming undone or anything else like that. I just like to clip the one before and after it down, as it helps me keep everything nice and straight right here for sewing on my nuts Hetsy. Gives me a nice straight line right there to work with. Let's see. Well, if I want clean sheets, I agree. I agree. I understand the reasoning behind it. I just hate doing it. I gotta do my sheets tonight too. I gotta do all my Sunday cleaning when I get home from Mama's. So what is everybody else up to this morning? Just enjoying your coffee or your morning beverage, or what it is that you're doing? I know Heather's doing her chores. And Miss Andrea has been busy with editing videos and such this morning. You guys are so quiet today. Plus, my minions decided to destroy a cardboard box yesterday. Oh no! At least it was a cardboard box and not anything else. Yeah, minions are great with that. My three little triplets have been completely crazy this morning. I use that method too, but not to a whole quilt. You will have to watch the video when I come out with it. But I would tell you that I do it on individual quilt as you go blocks and then bind them together. Oh, awesome sauce. I would definitely love to see how you do it. Yeah, I actually found that technique using someone on someone else's videos, and I can't remember. I know I linked it into a video. I think it was the one for my pot holder bowl cozy combination video in my tutorial list. I think I linked it in that one of where I learned it from. I cannot remember their channel name or anything like that since. Let's see. Hey, Nanette. How you doing, love? Jean says, exercising on YouTube while watching you. Awesome. Lily says, I'm avoiding adulting. Michelle says, I'm trying to decide if I want to cut an apron out, cut the bird quilt fabrics, cut fabric for the fidget mats, or just be lazy and keep sewing yo-yos? I say right now, just be lazy and sew yo-yos. Could always do more later. Heather says, I don't feel like messing with it then. Plus, I defrosted the quilt kit that came with a stowaway yesterday and the freezer too. Alrighty. Very interesting. I'm not for sure why you had to defrost a quilt kit. Why was it frozen? Hey, Miss June, how you doing? Okay, so I just use my. So Andre, that's a good question. Let me grab it because it's right here. So I just use my normal standard sewing foot. I don't use any special foot for putting on my binding. I just use this. So nothing special. Because Andrea goes, I cannot see your sewing machine foot, but I have a special binding foot that I use for that method. It keeps me lined up in the seam perfectly placed. Awesome sauce. Let's see. It came with a side of bug. Oh, ew, gross. Yeah, I would have probably just tossed it out. Yeah, I'd be like, this is not what I ordered. If you bought it from a company, I would have been like, this is not what I ordered. If it was gifted to you, I'd be like, no. I hate bugs. Okie dokie, off the subject of bugs. Oh, let's see. So, when you're doing your binding on quilts, do you sew onto the front and then to the back, or onto the back and then to the front? I never really understood that too much. When I used to do the one side at a time, then I would machine sew it onto the front, onto the back, and then I would wrap it around and do it onto the front. So that way if any stitches were icky, then they'd be on the back. Good morning, Miss Mona. Okay, so now I can pop this one here out. Since I got pieces all the way around, securing all sides, I could take that paper out now. Okay, so we got orange, purple, green. So I think we're going to go with a pink. And then we'll do the blue. I wonder, just wonder. Oh, that is heavy. Yeah, that's not going to work. He's too big for that, for these tiny little pieces. Let's see. Hey, Miss Mary G. I cannot quit yawning today. So Andrea says, let's see. Andrea says front and hand sew onto the back for regular quilts that I do not use for other method on. Awesome. Melissa says I stitch on the back and fold to the front. Nanette says sewing machine binding back to front. Katie Kress says I sew to the back and then front and usually use a flange binding. I want to try a flange binding. That would be really cute. I've never tried it before, so I want to try it. Mary G says I sew binding to front, then hand stitch to on back. Awesome. I've never tried the hand stitching it down either before. Andrea says, Mona, my bunny pattern and fat quarter got here yesterday. I will be making him or her, or maybe one of each, and filming it very soon. I have some Easter fabric I bought from Donnell more than a year ago. Oh wow, you still have that? That was super cute Easter fabric. Hey, Miss Rita. Says, oh no, almost missed this one. No, girl, you are good. We are only not even halfway through yet. You are completely fine, sweetheart. I am so sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm so yawning today. I obviously. Oh, thank you. Who almost spilled my coffee? Yes, so there is a teddy bear. He is completely done, or she is completely done. Let me pull her down and I can show her to you guys. Let me put that light down that way. Because I did some really cute quilting, free motion quilting in the eyes and nose. So here is the beautiful quilting. I called the design quilting design loop-de-loops. And don't know if you there it is. So there is the beautiful, I did like a little heart into the eyes and the nose. And then the rest of it is all loop-de-loops. And I did a black binding, which I think is a really beautiful framing. So this will be going over to Grandma's today. Oh, and then here's the backing that I used. And as you can see, I got a few little areas that are a little messed up and everything, but that's okay. Nothing too horrible. Overall, pretty darn good. Especially for my first time free motion quilting an entire quilt. I think that little baby girl is going to be so lucky to have that. I actually want to make a few more to be able to have for donation quilts. It's not hard, and you get to cuddle the quilt while you stitch it down, definitely. If I put a binding, it is the flange binding, but I am going to try and do flange binding with doing the binding like you did with sewing both at the same time. Yeah, I actually want to try that method. I want to try it with flange binding to see how it works with both. Let's see, La Palada did not have anything to use it on until now. Yeah, I was going to use it for a baby quilt, but no one has had a baby yet. Oh, wow. It's adorable. Thank you, Miss June. How cute is that? Thank you, Miss Rita. Awesome to know you are doing wonderful work there. Thank you, Andrea. Yeah, by the time I was halfway done with it, I was getting comfortable enough where I was like, I could see maybe possibly doing this on a live stream. So let me know in the chat if it is something that you guys are interested in and me doing on a live stream. Because I got a bunch of baby quilts that need to be quilted up anyway. Cute quilt. Thank you, Miss Mary. Andrea goes, I hate ads. I cannot wait until I have money again so I can get my premium back and pay for my memberships. Grr. No worries at all, sweetheart. Oh, and let me show you guys the what I did with the label on my son's quilt. And he will be coming today to pick that up. I'm going to show you guys what I did. Because I actually took it back off yesterday, unpicked some of the stitches of the binding, and then redid it because I wanted to do something a little different on it. So let me move the stuff out of the way. So I can show it to you guys because I think it's so cute. I got both of those quilts 100% completely done yesterday, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I quit. I'm like, completely finished off 2 quilts. I'm done. So let's see here. Which corner is it? Oh, good, the first one. So I actually tried unpicked the binding here to here, as well as here to here, and then I had extra binding left, so I bound these 2 edges here the same way I was doing the normal binding, and then that way there, when I hand stitched it down with the same lavender thread that I used on here, you couldn't see it. But overall, it came out so beautiful. I'm so pleased with how it came out. I think that just looks way cleaner than just the zigzag edges that I did on it. I squared it up, made it all look nice and beautiful. So what do you guys think about this? Let's see. Let's see. Go for it. Andrea, I know, right? I hate those ads, but found that premium did not stop all ads. It does not stop all ads. It does stop majority of the ads. So, love the teddy bear. I need to make one for my granddaughter, for my new granddaughter. She will absolutely love it. I just love seeing your growth as a quilter. You have progressed so much since I first known you. I know, right? I was watching one of my older videos the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe how far I've came. I'm like, it's crazy. I would have never thought I'd ever be free motion quilting. This quilt turned out so amazing. Thank you, Melissa. Great binding. So impressive. I might have to steal that idea. Yes, girl, steal it. It is not copyrighted. Steal away. I love how it just like completely frames it and blends it right in with the backing. Since I wasn't able to like stitch it down onto the backing before quilting it. Which, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to do anyway because then the quilting would have been going right through the letters and the design of the puppy and kitty. I love that little puppy and kitty cat. It's so cute. But yes, steal it away. I was like, I wonder how this would look. So I actually put it on, like, just like pin basted it on to the label. And then I laid it down against it. I'm like, ooh, I love it. I'm like, yes, got to do this. And it didn't add any extra bulk into any like bad bulk into the two edges here. I just re-stitched along. I started like right. So when I stitched these two sections back down, what I did is I started over here, back tacked, and then I stitched all the way back down and then back tacked over here. And over there, all this was really nice and secured all over again. No issues at all. Literally took me like, I don't know, Michelle, it took me like what, 10, 15 minutes to do with that? And I took out a nice good chunk enough out where I was actually able to just move the quilt all the way and machine sew this here down by lifting it away from the quilt, and I was able to get it underneath machine sew it down with no issues or anything. And then me and Luna's already trying to get it all nice and broken in for my son, because we cuddled out on the couch last night while I hand stitched this down and cleaned the threads off of this. Let's see, so impressive. I might have to steal that idea. Very nice label. Yes, Dahlia had designed the label and sent it to Donna, and Donna printed it out for me and then sent it to me when she sent me the quilt. Good morning, Miss Kate. How are you doing, sweetheart? Great label with a binding on it. Thank you, Miss June. I loved hand quilted, then got my domestic machine, and now do free motion quilting. I've never hand quilted a full quilt before. I started on a small wall hanging and never completed it. I'll probably go back to it eventually, but not right now. At most that long. Yeah. I mean, it's like, took me no time at all to do that. And imagine if I would have did that before I ever did stitched it in and everything, it would literally take me like seconds. But my son and his girlfriend are coming by to pick this up today. So this weekend has been a complete success because I wound up getting two things completely done. Two large, very time sensitive items done. So I am super, super happy. Did not meet all of my March goals, but March is not over yet. Oh, and stay tuned this Wednesday at 6 p.m., an hour before I go live. My Back to the Basics video will be dropping this Wednesday. So make sure you tune in. It's at 6 o'clock. I've already got it recorded and uploaded into YouTube and scheduled to drop at 6 o'clock. So make sure you come back over, hang out, have fun, watch it. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a super cute block. It's going to be a scrappy wonky star. And out of the pattern I use, or the technique I use, you can actually make 3 star blocks at once using this technique. So come hang out, watch, have fun, and then we can talk about it on my live stream at 7 o'clock. I don't have that one officially scheduled yet, but I'll be live at 7 o'clock. And guys, I have been embracing my scrappy this week. You guys would be impressed. I have been embracing the scrappy. Amy, give me just a moment and I can show you what I mean. If you plan it prior to binding, you can place it before binding. I would use some heat and bond light to adhere it prior to binding, and then hand stitch the exposed edges on with a blanket stitch. Yep. Oh no, Kate, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Says she's doing okay, but she still don't have her sojo. I'm sorry, love. Well, hopefully you get it back soon. Hey, Miss Cherie, how you doing, sweetheart? Yep, you still have a full week. Yes, ma'am. Hunter says, "Hey Heather, was this month's clue the last one? I hope to get this month's clue this week." Yes, I do believe it was the last one. Yeah, I love seeing Scrappy. I've just always had a hard time doing Scrappy. And yet, usually sometimes after completing a really big, huge project, I lose my Sojo. And as a content creator, that's really bad because then at times I feel like I had to force it, which is essentially whenever I had my couple of guests on where I just sat here and chatted with them. And that helped me get that back. So let me finish getting this headsie completely stitched down on this side and one other side, and then I will show you guys my scrappy creation I have been working on. I love planned scrappy. I love organized scrappy. I'm procrastinating on sandwiching my quilt together. Yeah, I think that's why the baby quilt took me so long to finish is because I was procrastinating on getting it sandwiched because it kills my back to sandwich a quilt of any size. Let's see. I am going to do a poll. Maybe. Huh, it won't let me on here. Let me see if it'll let me over here. Oh, there's that little plus sign I need. Ugh. Okay, so I just started up a poll. Please feel free to go answer the poll question. And that way there I can know whether it's something that you guys would be interested in seeing or not. I love playing Scrappy. I'm procrastinating a sandwich. Okay, I read that. Last one was sent in February. I need to get with Donna to set up the final Zoom before the month is over. Good thing I was running out of the scratch for the project. I was going to have to dip into the scratch that did not match. Heather, if you need to set up a Zoom, I could always set it up over on my Zoom. Set it up for you. And that way there you could be able to do that and everything in there then if you need to use a Zoom. Because I know Donna's been under the weather, so that is if you don't want to bother her or anything. Unless you want to keep it over on Donna's, that's fine too. Just want to throw out the offer. Good thing I was running out of scratch for that project. I was going to have to dip into the scratch that did not match. Okay, I guess I am further behind than I thought. March snuck up on me and now it's almost over. Girl, don't even worry about it. Any ideas on how to get it back? So there's a lot of different things that you could do to try to get the Sojo back. Sometimes it's just taking a breather and doing something different, like gardening or something else that will. Okay, not a problem, Heather. Thank you, hon. Yeah, just wanted to toss out the offer in case there's any issues. So, um, good morning, Miss Sandra. So sometimes it's just like doing something else that is creative or enjoyable and taking a breather from the sewing completely to be able to regain that passion. Sometimes it's doing like diamond dots, painting, drawing, coloring in a coloring book. Watching videos on some other stuff. Like I've lost some sojo as far as doing some things. And sometimes I just have really struggled to even just do this, my EPP. And so I'll do like little other things to try just to preoccupy my time where I'm still being creative with like gardening or watching videos or just taking some downtime and watching movies with the family until I'm ready to jump back in. I've learned just not to force it. Yeah, and sometimes if I get burnt out on something, like a big project afterwards, I'll make like my little crafts. Yeah, I love making my little small crafts, like my pin cushions. I love doing these. These are one thing I love making because it's like I'm still doing a little bit of sewing, but I'm making something small. Because sometimes if it's like a big project, you can get burnt out really quickly. Yeah, you definitely don't want to try to force it, sweetheart. Defrost a quilt kit, for example. I still can't get over the whole defrosting a quilt kit. Michelle says, when I lost my sojo, I turned to another craft for a short time until it came back. Yes. Yeah, please keep me informed of how it goes, honey. Yeah, like whenever I lost my sojo, I done like a really bad lot losing of it. I essentially just trying have started watching movies with the guys that had nothing to do with sewing. Got really involved with the puppies and just doing other family stuff and everything. And just would still watch my sewing videos that I love watching of the other creators. And then sometimes I just wouldn't even chat, just sit there and watch, just to be there for them and give them the views. And enjoying the conversation and everything. And then eventually it just came back. Found seeing something that would like spark my interest, would be like, ooh, I want to do this. Let's go get the fabric and do this. Good morning, Miss Dubravka. How are you doing this beautiful morning? I know it's probably super cold where you're at in Canada. Small projects are great in between big projects. Yes. Well, we freeze rice, pasta, flour, etc. to kill bugs. So why not a quilt kit? Makes perfect sense to me. Oh, it does make perfect sense. It's just I've never heard of someone doing it before. So it caught me off guard and made me giggle. No one wants to get a kit with a bug in it. No, ma'am. You are so welcome, sweetie. Anything at all that I can do to help, I'm right here for you. And anyone else that needs help. I'm always right here. Now I do got a little poll going of because I got confident enough with the free motion quilting I just got done doing the baby quilt, where I feel like it could be something I could possibly do on a live stream. Because I was on Zoom with Melissa, Michelle, and Delia, and it's like it was really not very as distracting as I thought it would be for me to free motion quilt and still have a conversation. So that was nice. And it would let me know that, okay, I could probably have like Michelle or somebody on with me to read the chat. So I didn't have to pay attention to the chat, but at the same time still be able to partake in the conversations. I'm just putting my papers back into my little bin here. And that way there I could be able to use them again. Let's see. What color do we do this time? Okay, we need a blue. So what I do is I go into the fabric on the back down here at this corner. I just take the needle, go in through here on top of the paper, not all the way through anything, and then come out over on this corner. So that way there, then I can connect the two pieces together and no threads are visible. Just in case you guys were 10. Wow. What's 10? I missed it. 10 feet? Oh no. No, 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 no. No. I am 5 foot tall. I would drown. I could be buried alive just by standing still during the time period that it's snowing. No. Return to sender. That's all I got. Return to sender. Hey, Shalom. How you doing? How you doing, sweetness? What is the weather like where you're at? I do have a little poll going for anyone that would like to see me do free motion quilting. If you're watching on the replay, then please put it down in the chat below on if this is something that you would be interested in seeing me do on my channel of free motion quilting. I am a beginner at it, and I free motion quilted the teddy bear quilt behind me, which came out so cute. Still need some work on it, but I had no thread breaks, no knots, no fabric that went disarrayed on me or anything like that, and it worked out really well. So I'm like very eager to do more. And I got lots of baby quilts that need to be free motion quilted so I can be able to get them donated or sold. Some of them I might just sell. Like free motion quilt them, finish them up, and then put them onto my Etsy shop to sell. I'm working on some Hetzies right now too. I'm loving it. Awesome sauce. I love doing little Hetzies. I love my EPP. I love doing anything with Hetzies. Now, I know I said in a previous short that I was going to have a sale like last weekend or weekend before. I think it was last weekend. And then I wound up not having one. Well, that was because I didn't have anything prepared in time. And I have decided that I'm going to wait until my birthday when I have a big announcement to make on my birthday, which is April 10th. So just a couple of weeks away. And there's going to be a big announcement. I am doing a Advent box this year, Christmas Advent box that you could pre-order. All of the juicy details will be given out on April 10th. I took that day off of work, and I'm not for sure what time I'm going to go live. Maybe 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. Oh man, my thread came out on my needle. But I'm definitely planning on doing a Advent box for Christmas. It will get shipped out the beginning of November, so you'll have it in plenty of time before Christmas. It is definitely super zen, shalom. Is it shalom or shalom? I never know the proper way to pronounce it, and I'm very sorry. Oh, awesome sauce. Yes, definitely. I cannot wait to see that, Andrea. She says, I have a future video planned. I'm using one of your EPP templates for a non-EPP quilt project. Stay tuned. Very exciting. Weather is typical rainforest weather. It's raining still. Oh, yuck. That's because you weren't filming it. Prepare for there to be an issue or two when do this live. That is true. And I'm completely prepared, and we will figure it out as I go. Let's see. I am glad you did not have it yet. I did have the money, and it would have hurt me badly to miss out. If my husband still does not have a job by then, I'll be crying my way through it. Girl, it is going to be something that is going to be a pre-order, and it'll be a couple months of pre-order. So no worries at all. You're going to have plenty of time. And you could even do like a payment thing. Long O like home. Shalom. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I do not want to pronounce people's names incorrectly. So if I ever do incorrectly pronounce someone's name, please let me know, and I will gladly say it correctly. Because I have a name where people have always messed it up. And I've gotten to the point now to where I just tell everybody my name is Danielle because it's a lot easier than trying to get them to properly say Danelle. Like at work, they're like, "Did you say your name was Danielle?" Yes. I had a substitute teacher once call me Donald. I'm like, that is not, there is no D in there. Under no circumstance is there an A or a D, and I'm not a dude. I'm like, now that's just downright rude. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do a fabric sale right now. I don't really have enough fabric to sell. So I started looking through my stuff. I'm like, I really don't have enough stuff to do a nice big sale right now. I'm like, I pretty much already sold all my fabrics I wanted to sell. I might have a little bit of flannel, but then I started thinking, I'm like, I could do this or this or this with it. So, and then all these here would be nice and straight and flat and everything once I press them. You see, I'm exactly the same, Danelle. Haha. I make up names whenever I order at Starbucks. Yeah, anytime I go somewhere where they ask me my name for the order, I tell them Danielle. Or if that's even too complicated for them, I just tell them to put down D. The letter D. I'm like, I cannot make that any more simplified for you. Like growing up, my nickname in the family was always DD. Double D. So I gotta figure out how to fix this issue right here. Let me bring you guys down closer. Because I am not happy with the way that this came out. The fabric got all messed up. I tried to fix it with some extra stitches, and it did not work. Shalom says I was Jenny last time. I love it. I should be like a Rebecca. Or better yet, I'll just tell everybody my name's Reba. Use my idol's name. But yeah, I need to unpick this and then restitch it down because I'm just not happy with the way that this looks, and it's going to bug me forever and ever and ever. Granted, I do have other places where the green thread shows, and I don't care about that. It's the puckering and like right here, I don't know what's going on right here. This joint here, I'm not crazy about, but I want to take this apart and redo this because I'm not happy with this, and it will not make me, I would just not be happy forever. And border over it like maybe some edges. Ooh, that's an idea. Maybe embroider some leaves right there. Like periodically just put in like little hand embroider like little leaves. I mean, it is a flower garden. That's an idea. Thank you, Shalom. As soon as I can, I need your son to make me another bead. The one I bought from you slid off my sewing table and broke the wings and antennas off. I would have super glued them, but couldn't find it. Aw, no worries, sweetheart. I'll definitely have him reprint that for you. That is so sad. You want a purple one again? Yeah, I'm like the moment you said embroider or something right there, I'm like, ooh, leaves. I could have like embroidered like a little leaf here. Like on pick two sides periodically to put a leaf on it. That is a very good idea. Or even EPP, a leaf on here. Hmm. Now I got all these ideas going through my head. Girl, yes, that would be super cute with the leaves. Thank you, guys. I need to write this down because otherwise I'm not going to remember. Need my little post-its and my pen. Could applique, yes. Aw, thank you, Shalom. Or Shalom. Oh my gosh, there I go again. Okay. Applique or embroider leaves. There we go. Okay, so the scrappy. I want to show you guys my scrappy. Let's move my little crocodile out of the way. So I have this fabric that I made that was gifted to me. And yes, this is half of my EP of my headsies that I currently have done. So I have these pieces here that have a lots of polka dots. Each one is a different color with different polka dots. I know some people are wild and crazy about polka dots. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that to tone it down. You need to go over here. So I've been taking these, just the polka dot ones, and using these as my centers. And so this one here is, I did a batik, one that would try and look like very similar to the dots that was in it. Just call her Jenny. Well, Shalom, I've been working on these for quite some time. And then this in here, I played off of the light blue in the dots. But I did like different various blues. Like these two are the same. These two are the same. These two, I only had like a few of these. Two of each of these. So then I had to find something similar to go into the other two spots. And then now I'm working on this one here. Yeah, I've never been a polka dot person, and I'm pushing myself outside of my norm. Like I have these here, I got stripes. And then these are all fun fabrics I've previously used in projects, whether it be in a quilt or small project, but various fabrics I've used. So I'm just playing with different things. I got some solids. I got some tone-on-tone prints. I got some batiks, which is what this here is. I love this fabric. For one, it's got little hetsies on it. So, duh. I'm a Etsy noob, but I think I'm addicted. Girl, if you're still going, you addicted. And then I love this here. I got this fabric here from Heather and then cut it up into like little hetsies. So this was back whenever Heather, Debt-Free Quilter, was selling fabrics for 3 yards at a time. And I bought several of them. So that when they're made into hetsies. Now, I don't know where I got this print here. This is super pretty. I love this color. There we go. I love that. And then we have some here that if you know what it is, you know what it is, but don't say it. That was gifted to me, so I'm like, and asked me to make a project out of it, so I did. So, which means, of course, oh, actually, I did have some more of the light and dark blue. Oh, well. So I got that bin. And then I also have my other bin I use. I bought those little bins off of, so these are actually embroidery floss bins, and they are just wide enough for my hexagons. So, Shalom, if you would like to get any, then Amazon sells them for in 2 packs. So then the other one I have, this one here is almost empty because I've been using this one up a lot. It's green leaves, of course, right? I love polka dots. I have all kinds of dotted fabric in different sizes. Ooh, another idea is being conceived. Hopefully I can birth it before I forget about it. Better make myself a note. Yes, girl, make yourself notes. I keep post-it note uh little things in my all over my room in here. Let's see. Hey Jay, how you doing, sweetness? And yep, that was last year. Haven't been able to do that again yet. One of these days. Yes, girl. I love it. I still have the purple. The purple is still hiding in here. Then we got some Mickey Mouse. I've made a few of these and done up as little postcards. And then, of course, I got some Valentine Nomies. And some red and white left over from my uncle's quilt that I did for him. And then some of the fabric left over from where I made my dad his shirt. And then this here is yardage I got from Joanne Fabrics that I've used on various different quilts. I'll make it up a bunch of those. And then this here will be the border for one of my quilts. Absolutely gorgeous fabric. This is a batik. So this will wind up being like, so the next bloom I make, it'll wind up being like where the white is on this one here, or the black on the other one. It'll be the surrounding one. So these are just all things, various different things I've done. And I did have both of these boxes completely full, and so you see all the blooms I've been making. I'm always making blooms or just doing whatever I feel like doing at the time. Oh, it is already after 11 o'clock, guys. Do I hear finches? Now you actually hear my crazy squawky birdies. Let's see if I can get you turned around here just properly so you can be able to see them. Don't need this light on now. Let's see. So organized. You need more gnomes. Girl, I got tons of gnomes over here, but gnome fabrics, I got tons of. I just, not small prints. I wrote it down. I have happy face on black background. That would be perfect for Hetty centers. Each happy face is a neon color. Ooh, yes. Do you all feel the heat? Gonna get up to nearly 90 in Charleston. Oh, send me some. Not all, some. I have scraps of just about everything she has shown. Lots of it. It's in the Heather quilt. Yes, girl. They will be in the 80s all week. Crazy. Oh, wow. In March? That ain't me. I might get raining in April. Let's see. Right, Katie? And for the next 3 days, it's supposed to be in 80s. Too early for 80s. Yes, definitely too early for 80s here. So, let's see here. Oh, so right here we have a little cockatiel. That's a cockatiel right there. Little Miss Peaches. And then, excuse their messy cages. They're getting cleaned out today. And then over here, gotta come over this way. There he is. He's right there. That is Kiwi. He is a little lovebird. And then if we come over this way, we see Mr. Quasar. The infamous Quasar. Quasar! Let's see. Gotta keep Quasar! Come here, big bird. Come here, big bird. Hi, big chicken. Hi, big chicken. Hi, big chicken. Hi, big boy. He's a big boy. Little Miss Peaches. Come on, baby girl. There's a pretty girl. See, this is my baby. This is my baby girl. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. See, this is my pretty girl. Little Miss Peaches. Come on. Yes. Mama's pretty girl. Yes. See, Nebraska. Okay, 1 second, guys. Come on. No. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Chachi landed right onto my fingers like a good little girl. Okay, let's see. Oh, pretty good. I just love birds so much. Me too, girly. Me too. She is such a good baby. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and end the poll. And alrighty, so we had 19 votes, and 79% of you guys said yes. So I would definitely do a. I love Danelle's petting zoo. All of her fur and feather babies are adorable. Right? Thank you. They are all super precious to me. So I will definitely be looking into doing free motion quilting. It'll most likely be on a Saturday because my brain is too fried to do that type of stuff on a Wednesday night after working. But I'll definitely look into doing it. The free motion quilting on a live stream. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Let's see. So, guys, I'm going to get off here. It is going on 11:15, and I need to go get a few things taken care of before I head to Mom's. So, I will see you guys all later. Make sure you check out the Back to the Basics video that will be dropping on my channel. It's set at 6 p.m. on Wednesday night. And then I'll be live over here at 7 p.m. Don't know what I'll be doing yet, but I'll be live doing something. I gotta figure out what to do. Let's see. I hope everybody has a wonderful, beautiful day. If you get out and about, please be safe, have fun, and smile. Because you never know whose day you can brighten with a simple gesture of a kind smile from the heart. And it brightens up your day too. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.